I'm a bird, mother. I'm a bird.
Desperation. Ubisoft is literally giving away Assassin's Creed Shadow, but you cannot pre-order it. The discourse that's happening around the game and the backlash about the entirety of the marketing, the entirety of the development, and how the team is acting and how the entire company is tanking, you kind of have to give away the game to even generate numbers.
What's up, space pirates? This is your admiral, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas out there, considering the time of year
Merry
it is.
Christmas!
I have a little last-minute gift that I thought most of you out there would appreciate.
I have a package for you.
I
Sounds
remember the
broken.
scene.
Most likely, sir. I'll bet it was something nice, though.
In this case, the gift is definitely supposed to be broken. Ubisoft, one of the companies that we have been covering a lot this year, appears to be in desperation mode. They appear to be well and fully broken. If you're in
I think a company shouldn't be able to even exist after they're being caught red-handed lying to their investors.
Yeah.
I think that was the moment where all the investors should have pulled out and the company should have went down and the company should have been investigated. How are we forgetting that there's actual lying to investors happening?
Yeah, not only that, it is. I feel like at some sort of level, it's kind of the investors' fault as well if they're that gullible when Ubisoft lies.
an idiot, you might find this hard to believe, but this right here, the black samurai character that you can play dress up with in the upcoming game Assassin's Creed Shadows, giving him flowers in his hair.
Yeah, so for people who missed it, this is gonna be his Valentine's skin. What was her name? Naomi is also getting a skin that's like pink. It looks ugly.
For some reason, that doesn't appear to be a major draw for gamers.
Oh god.
Oh god.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah,
Wait, sakuras don't even bloom when it's Valentine's Day. Okay, sakura trees start blooming between late March and early April in Japan.
Okay.
So making it sakura themed is stupid.
for some reason, and it's hard to fathom if you don't understand a damn thing about normal, average people. But for some reason, gamers don't seem to be very interested in Assassin's Creed Shadows, a virtue-signaling turd of a game being put out by Ubisoft. Over on Steam, they still have not made this thing available.
Oh wow. Is it like up to date list of only 7k followers on Steam? Oh, that's depressing.
That is extremely depressing.
Like looking at this, I'm honestly like a part of me is like, I really hope this is like old numbers because this is just a big yikes.
I'm surprised it's like that close to 100. I feel like it should be further up, maybe top 1,000.
On pre-order. It can be wish-listed, as you can see here, but it cannot be purchased, even though we are only about a month and a half away from the release of this game. To me, it seems an awful lot like these guys are chicken shits, and they're afraid to compete.
Damn.
Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. You're gonna lose.
Oh, that's too bad. We're so sorry.
If they're looking for pity and sympathy from us, from gamers, they are
I really don't have any pity and sympathy.
Yeah.
Like why am I supposed to care? Why should any of us care about this? You made horrible mistakes, you made horrible marketing, you quite literally insulted your customers. Why should we care?
Yeah, nah. I don't. This is one of those things where why would we care?
And I don't want to hear people say right now or in the comments, but Lifu, there are actual people who put in the work into this. You cannot tell me they actually worked hard on it when they couldn't spend 5 minutes Googling.
barking up the wrong tree. That's for damn sure. Gamers are sick and tired of this very terrible anti-consumer company, and it shows. Ubisoft appears to be fairly desperate because it appears as though Assassin's Creed Shadows is being given away for free with the purchase of certain PC hardware. You can't even purchase the game on Steam right now, which we're going to discuss in a minute here. In fact, you can't even purchase it on Xbox or PlayStation or anything. You cannot buy this game, but they are trying to pad their numbers by giving it away. This absolutely reeks of desperation, and I've got...
Are they going for the whole, like, marketing of, okay, we're gonna make it a relic of, like, people getting it with their PCs, so people would have to bet on eBay. What happened with Concord, right? They shut down the game, so there's, like, bidding wars happening on eBay to get a physical copy.
Got a little message from gamers to Ubisoft.
They absolutely do not deserve the loyalty of the customers, the loyalty of the investors, and the loyalty of the entire industry. I think the company should, by this point, shut down, sell off their IPs and assets, and call it a day.
Now pucker up and kiss it!
Yes.
Alright me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to refer to it as these days. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But alright folks, let's talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows and this decision of theirs to start giving away the game for free before you can even buy it. This is all very unusual, not giving the game away, mind you. That's something that's been done for a while now and isn't necessarily a sign in and of itself that a company is desperate or anything like that. But this is super weird that we are a month and a half away from the release of this game and you can't even buy Assassin's Creed Shadows if you wanted to. The release date for this turd of a game is Valentine's.
That's what I'm wondering, like, are they trying to hype up the exclusivity? Because it's not gonna work.
It's not.
The only thing that's gonna happen is if they do try to do the exclusivity thing, some people will just get it just to make fun of it.
Yep.
It doesn't mean it's gonna actually generate the money.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, and all of its contemporaries being released at about the same time. All of those are available to purchase. What this tells me is that Ubisoft wants to accomplish two things. First of all, the company needs liquid capital. Intel, the company that they are partnered with here, will have paid them a certain number of dollars in order to get the rights to bundle Assassin's Creed Shadows with their hardware. As we discussed the other day, Ubisoft is just this side of bankrupt, with operating capital of less than €1 billion. That might sound like a lot of money, but considering that we are at the tail end of 2024, a year that was supposed to be a massive year for them, and considering that
Yeah, exactly. It was supposed to be a huge year for them with all the franchises they were working with, including their own big IPs.
Yeah.
It was such a disaster. Speak of a big collapse of a ginormous titan in gaming. If you would have told me, like the little me, the kid me, that this is what the future of Ubisoft is gonna be in 2024, I would have never believed it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
their 18,000 employees cost them somewhere around 750 million euros to pay annually. This amount of money is not nearly as much as they would like to have, especially considering the marketing costs of Assassin's Creed Shadows that are just around the corner here. So yeah, this agreement to bundle the game gives them some much needed moolah. And it will pad their numbers, the number of gamers, that is to say. That is the other thing this will accomplish. A certain number of players for this game will only be playing because they got it for free. So, this is getting Ubisoft some capital, and it is padding their numbers, all without even having to put the game out for sale, to put it out into the world and compete with their contemporaries. For reference, there are a number of other major releases coming out in February, and Assassin's Creed is the only one that is not available to buy. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, Avowed, Civilization 7, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. All of those are also released in February, and you could buy any of them right now if you wanted to. Hell, Monster Hunter Wilds releases a full 2-week.
I do wonder if they'll end up delaying the game even further.
I don't think so. I feel like this is their last thing, and then afterwards, whatever they release it, like it's gonna be on that day. It's gonna fail massively.
And even then, when they do release it, it's gonna end up being an unfinished game.
After Assassin's Creed Shadows, and that game has been available to buy since the end of October. In fact, as you may recall, in the first week of November, it actually damn near hit the top spot for sales on Steam, about 4 months removed from its release date, which is crazy good. So, why in the hell would Ubisoft, a company that is renowned for its corporate greed, why would they not be trying to capture your money right now, especially right during the Christmas season? I mean, as I said, they are clearly trying to do that to some extent by coming to this agreement with Intel in order to give their game away via this bundle. They're trying to get some money, clearly, but why wouldn't they want to get money from people in the traditional sense? And really, I can only think of 2 explanations as to why this would be the case. Either they're scared of opening themselves up to competition, because if they put themselves out there, if they make the game available...
I mean, of course they're scared, like what's happening right now with all these games and the previous games they released this year. Every time the game flopped, they were ridiculed and laughed at. They know what they're doing, and they know the mistakes they're doing, and they know how bad their games are. So when you already know that, of course you're gonna be afraid of being ridiculed even more.
Available on Steam, then all of us can see how well it's stacking up against the other games that are coming out in February. But that seems unlikely to me. I mean, sure, they probably are scared to compete because they know they're going to get their asses kicked, but it seems unlikely that a soulless corporation would let themselves be guided by such an irrational fear like that. But to me, at this stage, I suspect that the reason that they aren't putting this game out for sale is that they are not firmly tied to February 14th. They've already pushed the game back once. I think doing it again would be catastrophic, but what other explanation can there be? Why would they not be accepting pre-orders for a game that's around 50 days away from being released? No, I think the odds are that the game will be released on Valentine's, but they aren't sure because it was a buggy mess, and they didn't want to run into the same problem that they ran into with Star Wars Outlaws. I think Ubisoft is under the impression that the only reason Outlaws sold so poorly was that it was basically an unfinished game.
But even then, whenever people are pointing out how buggy it is, their response is, nuh-uh, we just removed the entire feature then.
Just the other day, Ubisoft finally announced they fixed all the bugs in Star Wars Outlaws. All the problems with the game have finally been fixed. It released...
And that's how long after the release?
In August. And here we are, around 4 months later, and they're...
That is humiliating.
That's ridiculous, honestly.
When your paying customer is paying for a deluxe price game and gets treated like a game tester.
Yeah, nah, that's not gonna slide.
It's like your own customers have to pay you $70 to test their game.
basically telling us that it's finally ready to be released. everyone that played it before now basically paid to be a beta tester. And Ubisoft correctly identified this as a major problem for them, but the issue they're going to run into is that there are other issues with their games. The fact that the whole thing is just a virtue signal from a team of awfuls, affluent white female liberals. The fact that it's just a project made for and by awfuls in an industry dominated by males, whether they like it or not, but that fact will lead to stunted sales despite the fact that they have.
It doesn't even have to do anything with females, males, whatever. It has nothing to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with that, your skin color, and who you sleep with. The problem is what's happening in the AAA gaming industry right now is they hire you on the basis of your agendas now, quote unquote. They intentionally avoid hiring people who like games. They avoid hiring them.
Hijacked an IP that was once a dominant force in the industry. But circling back around, I expect that the game will release on February 14th, but the fact that they aren't allowing you to pre-order it tells me they aren't certain that it will come out in February. They might need to back out, which they did already. The game was supposed to have come out in November. They had to cancel a shitload of pre-orders once before, and I think they know if they do that to their fans once again, they will lose a lot of business. This is a precarious scenario for Ubisoft. They need money right now because the marketing costs of Assassin's Creed Shadows will be enormous. I expect this is
not marketing costs. You cannot even call it that anymore. It's not marketing costs, it's damage control costs.
Why you can get this game for free, but you can't buy it. What an interesting world that we live in right now. But I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your mockery of Ubisoft and Assassin's.
Ubisoft is honestly, they're done. They will not be able to recatch the loyalty of the customers up until the entire management is replaced.